Welcome, beloved souls, as we embark together on a sacred journey bathed in divine light, awakening the deepest realms of our spirits. Pay attention, choose one. Because your truth is impervious to bullets, the slander flew off you like bullets off Superman's chest. The cosmos was giggling at their foolishness as they planned their tiny campaigns of character assassination, conspired in their secret meetings, and plotted in their group chats. To a nuclear conflict, they brought pea shooters. They believed they could put out a star that was burning brightly in heaven. They prophesied their own demise with every word they said against you. With their name on it, every curse they attempted to cast on your life turned into a boomerang. Verified facts. They could never be the genuine one. You are. The person being tested wasn't you. Indeed, they were. There was a decision for anybody who heard those rumors about you. The people who saw your character being attacked had to make a choice. The majority of the souls in your orbit were unaware that they were all undergoing a spiritual examination. You're living your life authentically, exhibiting honesty and treating others with respect and kindness. In the meantime, this unseen sifting is taking place behind the scenes. People are picking sides according to whether they will believe falsehoods or pursue the truth, whether they will follow the herd or stick up for what is right, and if they will join the multitude or defend the defenseless. Anyone who chooses to believe those lies about you failed their exam, and that's the part that will make your heart race. Those who chose to disseminate rumors rather than stand up for the truth exposed their actual nature. They disqualified themselves from your divine destiny by joining the attack rather than standing with righteousness. People were actually losing themselves, even while you believed you were losing them. The people who stayed, who challenged the narrative, who stood up for you, even when it wasn't widely accepted, went away. They demonstrated their ability to spot genuine goodness even while it was being attacked. They showed that they prioritized loyalty over popularity and honesty above convenience. Recall the particular falsehoods they spread about your character, your motives, and your heart. Remember how they portrayed you as manipulative, selfish, and fake when you were actually the most genuine person in the room, and as transparent. The current situation is breathtakingly beautiful. Every falsehood they have spoken is coming back to haunt them like a boomerang bearing their name. Everyone is beginning to realize that the individual who termed you untrustworthy is not trustworthy. The person who accused you of being manipulative. People are becoming aware of their own manipulative tendencies. Everyone around the person who said you were false is doubting their own sincerity. It's as like the cosmos said, "Oh, really?" after hearing their unfounded charges. After saying, "Let me show you what those qualities actually look like," he began exposing the accuser's own shortcomings. If you feel the divine love, now is the time to share. Click the Super Thank You button on YouTube to contribute $50 or more and help us spread God's blessings. What you do is being watched and serves as a seed, and in the future, it will come back to you a millionfold. Consider the folks who have spent actual time with you and who truly know you. They treat the person as though they are speaking a foreign language when they try to tell them something bad about you. In that moment of disconnection, they begin to recognize the gossiper as someone who is actually threatened by your brightness. They think, "This doesn't match the person I know at all." You will see why you felt so safe during all of this when you realize that there are currently others looking into you in private. This is where it gets even more amazing. Their curiosity, not suspicion, is what drives them. It is impossible to overlook the discrepancy between what they are hearing and what they are seeing. They're keeping an eye on your behavior, assessing your personality, and researching how you handle people when you think no one is around. What they are finding is that you are who you have always said you were. I was told this person was problematic, but everything I see shows the complete opposite, some of these individuals are telling themselves. Some are asking, if this person is as bad as they say, Why do I feel so peaceful around them? Others are wondering, someone was lying to me. Others are coming to the realization that I've never seen them do anything that matches what I was told about them. In that instant of insight, they are not only learning the truth about you, but also learning the real character of those who were spreading false information about you. They're seeing the people who can't take your genuineness, the manipulators, the envious, and the threatened. All this time, you've been protected by something much more potent, something that will soon astound you. There was never any actual threat to you, not even for a second. Do you realize how certain I am that this is true? Take a look at your life now. Even after everything they threw at you, see how you're still going forward. Take a look at the opportunities that continue to present themselves. Observe how your energy continues to attract the appropriate people while repelling the bad ones. That is supernatural intervention, safeguarding someone with a purpose greater than their comprehension could ever comprehend. It is neither luck nor coincidence. The poison they attempted to spread about you was transformed into medication that restored your sense of discernment. The seclusion they attempted to erect around you turned into a hallowed area for your spiritual development. The criticism of your character turned into evidence of your fortitude. Speaking of purpose, the next thing I'm going to tell you will clarify why you've been singled out in the first place, the reality they don't want you to know. You frighten them not because you are violent or dangerous, but rather because you embody all they want to, but are unwilling to strive for. Their masks are exposed by your genuineness. Their performative aspect is highlighted by your sincere spirit. Their deceptive intentions are exposed by your capacity for unconditional love. Their inner turmoil is represented by your inner tranquility. Their treachery inclinations are exposed by your loyalty. Toxic people's incapacity to uphold sound boundaries is demonstrated by your ability to cut them off. When they see you, they see someone who has managed to live honorably in a world when compromise is the norm. While they are confined to superficial relationships based on reciprocal advantages, they observe someone who draws real ties. While they are continuously acting for acceptance, they observe someone who is at ease in their own skin. They don't like what they see reflected back from the mirror that is your very existence. Remember all the particular aspects of your life that they attempted to condemn with their words: your relationships, your career, your reputation, and your financial future, because this is what's truly pushing them to the brink. This is the part that will make you smile with divine satisfaction. The fact that those very places are turning into your greatest testimonies is quite astounding. Their negativity seems to have been picked up by the cosmos, which then said, "Oh, you want to talk about their love life? Allow me to put them in touch with someone who recognizes their actual worth. Would you like to disparage their career? Allow me to open doors they never would have imagined. Do you wish to disparage their persona? Allow me to place them in settings where their moral character is more evident than before. This is not merely a coincidence. In response to their attacks, this is a planned act of divine favor. Their disparaging remarks turned into seeds of blessing. The places they attempted to curse served as springboards for your discovery. God utilized the limitations they attempted to impose on you to propel you onwards. Even your enemies will have to admit the divine favor on your life because the timing would be so clear that it was planned from above. Hold off until you observe what is going on with those in your immediate vicinity. Your life is about to be overtaken by a surge of validation that is currently building in the most exquisite way. Those who remained mute during the onslaught are now raising their voices to defend you. The truth is now very clear to those who were misled by the rumors. The individuals who were on the fence are now firmly establishing themselves on your side. Quiet acknowledgement and whispered private discussions won't do. There will be unavoidable public recognition of it. People are beginning to publicly state things like, I should never have listened to those lies, and I was totally wrong about them. This individual is truly one of the good ones. Some of your old adversaries are turning your staunchest supporters because they are so certain of the truth. Even though you haven't asked them to, some of the people who help spread rumors about you are so ashamed of what they did that they are making an extra effort to set things right. The lovely aspect? You didn't even need to speak. Your character's voice is so clear that it can be heard over the cacophony of lies. Something even more amazing is taking place with your spiritual purpose. What if I told you that all of the drama you've experienced wasn't coincidental? Imagine if I told you that you were chosen to go through this experience because you were spiritually strong enough to face it head on and come out on the other side triumphant. You see, you were on a divine mission and weren't merely surviving attacks on your persona. It was for their benefit, not yours, that you were put in particular circumstances and among particular people. Their test was you. You gave them the chance to choose love over hate, truth over falsehoods, and light over darkness. Brother and sister, everything done in faith is returned in God's abundance. You can donate $100 using the Super Thank You button and be part of this divine call. If your roots are connected to Him, your fruit will be blessed. In fact, those who opposed you were being offered an opportunity to identify with something genuine and unadulterated. Instead of learning to know your heart, those who opted to believe rumors were failing an exam they were unaware they were taking. Anyone who chose to side with the opposition rather than speak up for what was right was showing their spiritual state. The amazing part? You did quite well on your test. Despite the urge to change, you stayed true to yourself. Even when you were the target of cruelty, you remained kind. Despite the attacks on your character, you remained true to yourself. Even at the expense of your relationships, you demonstrated that you are who you said you were. Some lessons that will last a lifetime are about to be imparted to those who failed their test. The fate of those who chose to oppose you is a combination of natural consequence and divine justice. What they send out into the universe is exactly what they are getting back. The people who attempted to isolate you are now truly alone. Those that tried to damage your reputation are seeing their own credibility decline in the eyes of important individuals. In reasons they cannot explain, those who have attempted to obstruct your blessings are finding that their own prospects are dwindling. Those who attempted to use their words to curse your life are discovering that their negative rhetoric has turned into their own reality. This isn't taking place because you want retribution or because you wish them harm. Their harvest time has come, whether they are prepared for it or not. And this is taking place because the cosmos has a way of putting things into balance. What goes around comes around. Already, some of them are beginning to recognize what they have lost. Some of them are starting to realize that when they turned against you, they lost something valuable. Some of them are frantically attempting to win back your favor, but they are learning that some doors that have been locked by betrayal are difficult to open again. Speaking of doors, allow me to share with you the amazing new opportunities that are coming your way. Behind the scenes, something amazing was being planned for your breakthrough, while your adversaries were busy scheming to bring you down. It's as if the cosmos was constructing a platform while they were excavating a pit for you. Your path is being divinely linked with new connections, people who will see your worth right away and won't need to be persuaded. New opportunities are being set up for your discovery, opportunities that will make use of your skills and abilities in ways you never thought were feasible. Over your life, more levels of favor are being unleashed. These gifts will be so evident that nobody will be able to dispute your supernatural protection. The irony is that those who attempted to keep others away from you have actually made room for the appropriate people to come across you. In fact, the very people who attempted to obstruct your path have made it possible for your heavenly connections to freely reach you. In contrast, the very people who attempted to dim your light have made you shine brighter. Everyone who believed they knew your boundaries will be completely shocked by what's about to happen. Remember how they said you wouldn't amount to anything? How could they have so confidently foreseen your demise? How did they say that because of who they thought you were, karma was heading your way? The truth is that everything they said would not happen to you is about to occur in an extraordinary amount. Your life is about to be showered with blessings that they believed you didn't deserve, like rain after a drought. In ways that defy natural understanding, dreams they thought were unattainable are going to become your reality. Regular achievement won't be enough to get people's attention. Multiplication will be key. People are going to notice that you are unique because of how quickly and clearly you are growing. Your erstwhile adversaries will be compelled to admit that you are truly blessed beyond their capacity to curse because your favor will be so obvious. The timing will be so ideal that everyone will realize it wasn't simply hard effort or luck, but rather supernatural intervention rewarding someone who remained loyal under duress and who kept true to their morals when it would have been simpler to make concessions. Although it may seem unattainable at the moment, you will eventually come to appreciate everyone who opposed you, not because you relished the suffering they inflicted, but rather because you will recognize that they were unintentional contributors to your upward mobility. This is your selected darkest moment of insight because it necessitates a total release from victimhood. It requires that you view yourself as someone who has been refined rather than as someone who has been harmed. It requires that you view yourself as someone who has been tried and tested rather than as someone who has been attacked. The people who turned you away created room for someone greater to come along. You learned to appreciate loyalty on a deeper level from those who violated your trust. Those that propagated false information about you assisted you in determining whom to believe. You were made aware of how bright you truly are by others who attempted to dull your light. They thought they were destroying you, but they were actually strengthening you. They thought they were ruining your future, but in reality, they were paving the way for your success. Unaware that they were fighting for the losing side, they thought they were winning a war. What is going to amaze you? Eventually, some of them will also come to this realization, and when they realize that they were fighting against heaven itself, their remorse will be unbearable. Let me tell you about the superpower you have acquired as a result of all of this. You received the highest honors after completing a rigorous crash course in human nature. Inauthentic persons can now be easily identified from a distance. Before manipulators ever disclose their intentions, you can spot them. You can detect hidden agendas before they are carried out. With superhuman accuracy, you can tell the difference between performative friendship and real support. This is not only beneficial, it is priceless. You will never again squander your time and effort on people who don't merit your affection. Betrayal will never surprise you again since you will be able to anticipate it. You've learned to fully trust your inner guiding system, so you won't ever doubt your intuition again. The capacity to never be duped again is the best gift that those who attempted to deceive you could have given you. In fact, those who attempted to control you made you impervious to manipulation. You become user-resistant as a result of those who attempted to use you. You can now read people's actual intentions like a book since your spiritual radar is so well tuned. You can tell the difference between someone who is only interested in your business and someone who actually cares about you. You can tell the difference between someone speaking from love and someone speaking from resentment. Since you can now pinpoint real people with extreme accuracy, this new degree of discernment is poised to bring amazing things into your life. The most sincere, encouraging, and devoted tribe you have ever encountered is going to come your way. These won't be folks who only put up with you or who are in need of something from you. These will be those that truly appreciate your presence and feel privileged to be in your life. Since honesty is so uncommon in a world full with imposters, it attracts them like a magnet. They value your devotion greatly because they have experienced so many betrayals. They respect your boundaries because they know how important healthy relationships and respect for one another are. The lovely aspect? The difference between your true tribe and the folks who left your life will be so obvious when they rediscover you that you'll question why you ever put up with anything less than what you deserved. You won't have to justify yourself, stand up for your morals, or establish your value in order to make these new connections. Value identification occurs instantly, and appropriate treatment is then given. Life draining is replaced by life augmentation. Dream limitation is replaced by dream support. Other people suffering through comparable valleys will find inspiration in your triumph over lies and slander. Those who feel like giving up on their true selves will be inspired by your ability to remain resilient under duress. Your example of authentic living will inspire others to be more authentic in their own relationships. Your experience serves as living evidence that keeping true to who you are is always the best course of action in the long run, that lies don't have to define you, and that other people's opinions don't have to confine you. If they can overcome all of that and still shine so brightly, then maybe I can survive my situation too, people think after reading about your life. Your tale becomes a beacon of light for someone else during their darkest moment. When someone wants to violate their morals, your testimony turns into their strength. When someone else doesn't know how to handle betrayal without being resentful, your example becomes their roadmap. If you want to witness God's miracles, act now. Contribute $100 or more through Super Thank You on YouTube. Your offering is like a seed that comes back to you when planted. Let His light illuminate your steps. Every donation is an echo in His plan. This effect will reach generations you will never even meet, and it will go far beyond what you can currently conceive. Everything you've gone through is preparing you for something greater than a personal triumph. It's preparing you for an influence that will last for generations. All of your acquired power, knowledge, character, and improved perception will benefit not only you, but also everyone who follows you. Your example will be broken by dysfunctional cycles that have been passed down through the centuries. Healthy limits are modeled for those who are unfamiliar with them. In a world that seeks to destroy people, unwavering self-worth is displayed. Those that require the roadmap are told how to navigate betrayal without turning into a traitor. Youngsters in your sphere of influence will see someone who values themselves, doesn't put up with disrespect, prioritizes quality over quantity in relationships, and sticks to their principles in the face of peer pressure or prevailing opinion. In a world full of compromises, your life becomes a model for how to live honorably. When everyone else is hiding behind masks, your story becomes a guide on how to remain true to yourself. Others can learn from your example that it is possible to be both loving and discerning, strong and caring. This is the most amazing portion of your experience thus far. Mike, the creator of the Obsidian Inner Order powered by Astral Atom, has sent the following message. I understand that you are here to watch your Chosen One video, but I need a moment. I might never be able to forgive myself if I don't say this into the field right away. Some of us were abused, banished, and plagued by facts that no one else could accept because we were born into fire. That does not imply that we are doomed. It indicates that we were selected to pass through the veil and return with the map. Every week we get together in person via Zoom as members of the Obsidian Inner Order. A millionaire CFO who gave up everything to become a psychic in Nozer, a spiritual healer who was once imprisoned within a satanic cult, a seer, a sage, a soul who left Mormonism and discovered the Gnosis, a former military drone operator who now uses his mind as the remote control. I mean it when I say real people. When their calling struck, these are the people who sacrificed everything, and that's only a sneak peek. Additionally, All calls are recorded. Thus, you can hit play and experience the pitch once again while you're by yourself, crawling through the muck of your own waking. Perhaps this is for you, but it's not for everyone. Do you think you'll fit in with us? Click the link in the description to join the Obsidian Inner Order. We appreciate everyone's support of the broadcast. Without you, we literally could not accomplish this. One day, sooner rather than later, you will be able to reflect on the entire experience and see it for what it truly was. Not a critique of your character, but a demonstration of your strength. Not an attempt to destroy you, but a process that will help you become the person you were always meant to be. Not proof that you were unlucky, but proof that you were selected for something extraordinary. It will become clear that people who opposed you were genuinely working for your good, even if they were unaware that they were advancing your goals. In fact, their lies made your truth stronger. You actually became closer to your true tribe as a result of their attempts to alienate you. You were truly blessed by their attempts to curse you. You were assisted in writing the first few pages of your true beginning by someone who believed they were writing the last chapter of your story. So, after what seemed to be your worst season, you stand tall, chosen one. You're thriving in ways that are inexplicable, not just surviving. You remain here. You remain resilient. You remain true to yourself. You continue to be really fortunate. Your truth was too strong, thus the defamation was too weak. Because of how constant your persona was, the lies were too clear. Your protection was too deep, thus the plots were too shallow. Because your purpose is too broad, the resistance was too restricted. They introduced human-level combat into a divine-level conflict, and they were doomed, Fro. You have been validated. You have been verified. You've been proven right. You have won. What heaven has in store for your life doesn't end here. The understanding that you have been put to the test by fire and come out on top is brought about by your daily waking. The knowledge that your character has been scrutinized under duress and determined to be precisely what you said it was is necessary for world navigation. Building relationships occurs when you are confident that you have been shown to be sincere, dependable, and loyal. People that are supposed to walk alongside you will see right away how genuine you are. As you approach opportunities that have your name on them, they will open up with ease. You will automatically receive the blessings that are rightfully yours, since that is how favor operates in the life of a person who has been shown to be genuine. Because you are a chosen one who has endured the furnace of testing and emerged stronger, more valuable, and more refined than before. You are not merely a survivor of false allegations. For everyone who has ever been misinterpreted, you are a symbol of hope. For everyone who has ever been attacked for being genuine, you are an example of strength. When everything seems to be against you, you prove victory to anybody who has ever questioned if it's worth it to remain true to yourself. Your life has already spoken louder than anything your adversaries could say. There was nothing phony about you for them to hold on to, so their falsehoods couldn't stick. It's verified facts, recorded in heaven's records, and seen by the important people. You're a true one. That truth is victorious, unchangeable, and eternal. Now shine, knowing that no one or anything can extinguish the light that never goes out in heaven.